They paint the world full of shadows and then tell their children to stay close to the light. Their light. Their reasons, their judgments. Because in the darkness, there be dragons. But it isn't true. We can prove that it isn't true. In the dark there is discovery. There is possibility. There is freedom. In the dark, once someone has illuminated it.
So, do you think that turning to religion is going backwards in one way, not progressing? Because on the surface, it might seem that turning back to a religious and moral way of life would be better, going back to, let's say, the 40s or 50s in America or something like that. That would be better in that sense, because it would at least be not as bad as it is today, because of the fact that we're trying to throw out religion and we're being subjected to a lot of problems right now. These problems are, of course, there because they want to give us a solution, which is the New World Order. So we know that all of this is artificial, but you think that on the surface, that's why people want to go back to religion, because it was a safer time, or overall a little bit more better than how things are today.
Yes, it is, and as I said, people have a relationship with the tyranny. They also call it into action. So again, even the religion is not really coming out of their way to do something to you. It's people themselves going to it. They are the ones asking for it. They're the ones who are going to read the gobbledygook in these scriptures. They're the ones who are going to murder in the name of Islam and Muhammad and Jesus and you know, in the cause of Judaism and all of these kinds of things. They're the ones doing it. And all I would say about that is that the tyranny, there's two kinds of tyranny. The tyranny is, government is more in your face. It's more monarchic. It's more autocratic, and it's saying we will orchestrate wars, we will orchestrate, you know, camps, and we will lay down rules and laws and bylaws to make your physical life very difficult. That's an obvious form of tyranny. But how many people in the world have really understood the other, more subtle, more sinister kind of tyranny that is, you know, perpetrated by the religions of the world? And if ever anyone listening to this interview now ever didn't have the chance to witness that particular criminality of religion, well, now's your chance. Because just turn on the TV and look what is happening, you know, with the rise of fundamental Islam and all of this other stuff. Yeah. So now is a perfect, because I said we're in the early stages of this, and a lot of this awakening, and therefore a lot of the things that are happening in the world are now absolutely, in one way, brilliant, because it is going to convince people to pay attention and to see the underworkings and underpinnings of these kinds of tyranny. Man has never had a better perspective than now to examine it. But if he's already biased, if he's already coming from a prejudicial point of view, well then, you know, he's going to be in trouble, because he will not see it. And of course, let's never forget or underestimate the fact that there is a Leviathan out there willing to stamp truth out of existence. They know that truth rises. They know that there's a higher awakening taking place, so they will have, as you said earlier, psychologists coming on to debunk conspiracyites. They'll have their media outlets just again debunk it. But at the same time, they've now realized that they need to co-opt it, because the movement is just too fast and too strong. There's movies, there's documentaries, there's YouTube, there's so much stuff coming out there. And so now the mainstream is even going to have to co-opt some of these elements of the conspiratorial movement